what's up? Peace and blessings. This is Giovanna, the Spiritual Love Healer. I am an intuitive tarot reader, an intuitive healer, and a life coach. Most of my work focuses on really helping women to heal their hearts and minds so that they can really open up to manifest and magnetize the love that she desires and deserves. So if you have or have not been following me for a while, I absolutely love tarot. It's one of the tools that I used in my own personal journey to healing, and so I have an amazing collection of both tarot and oracle card decks, and I want to share a deck that came today. Surprisingly, I had no idea that my order had shipped and that it was on its way. So this is the Light Seers Tarot. I have not even opened it yet. Like, I literally walked outside and I had a package on my steps, and I'm like, it's here. So I'm pretty sure that this will be my final tarot deck purchase of the decade. So that's pretty amazing. I found Chris Ann. Honestly, I don't know how I found her. Actually, I think it was a course that I took in Ethany's tarot school, and she mentioned her Sacred Creators Oracle deck. I love this deck. I use it every day. I've had it for maybe a couple years now. And it's a really, really beautiful deck. And she also creates tarot decks now. So I think there's the Light Seer Tarot, and there's another one, but I cannot think of the name right now off the top of my head. So I have not even opened this deck yet. So this deck, she actually independently published first, and then it was picked up by Hay House, and it's just beautiful. I cannot wait. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. It's been a while since I think I've done like a live deck opening. So let's see what we have here. And while we do that, let me just check something out here. Okay, so plastic is off. I'm so thrilled that the box did not come damaged, which was really surprising. So inside of the box lid, there is a message. And into the gray we follow like 1,000 flickering stars, and there in the sunlit hollow we lose and find what is ours. And she says, dear light and shadow seer, may this deck help you to find what is yours. I love it. And so of course we have the booklet, the little guidebook. And I know on her Instagram, she's Pixie Curio, she's been posting these kind of like maps where she's like sketching out the meaning in the cards, which I always think is fascinating. And I'm just so grateful that we live in a society where I can follow deck creators from like creation to completion, which is pretty awesome. So I want to find her Instagram really quick. Yeah, so this is one that I was talking about where she kind of maps out this card. I think that's the Six of Swords. Sorry, my lights are pretty bright, so you probably can't see it. But she has a map there where she kind of talks about what the different parts of the cards are. So at the bottom, it says like arriving to a shore. The shore, there's like a shoreline down there of the... Okay, so sorry about that. I thought that this was being recorded live, and apparently it was not. So I'm glad that I stopped and checked before I got too far into things. So what I was sharing was that, so on Pixie Curio, she's just been sharing, you know, how she created some of the cards and what the meanings are inside of some of the different... on some of the different cards that she created. And I was also trying to see what the names of her other decks are. So the Muse, that's the other one, the Muse Tarot, which is really beautiful as well. And then there's the Light Seer, and I want to say she had a third deck, but I might just be mistaken. But I really love her decks, including the Oracle deck. So I still have not opened and traversed through the cards. So, oh, I love the backings. I can tell there's a difference in the quality of the cards from like her independently published decks. I can tell that right off the bat just by like looking at the cards. They're not as thick, but they're still a great quality. Oh my gosh, why did they put tape on the back of the card? Hold on. Let me see if I can get this off without it damaging the card back. Okay. Just a little. I don't want to scratch it off, but okay, so they've got a nice little flexibility to them, so they're not super hard, which it's funny because while I love the thick cardstock, it doesn't always make for good shuffling, and that causes like blisters and calluses when I'm shuffling if the cards are really hard because they don't bend as well. So kind of nice to see a nice little bend here on these cards. I always smell my decks, so don't judge me. I smell my decks. I've only had one, the Cosmic Tarot, which actually smelled really horrible for whatever reason. I guess it's the ink that they use, but oh my gosh. I was like, wait a minute, that's never happened. So here is the Fool card, which is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. She's got a crystal in her hand, and there is this beautiful, not the Seed of Life. I think that's what it's called, the Seed of Life mandala. And I just see like the energy radiating off of it. And this feels very trusting. Like I can fall, but I know I'm going to be supported. You know, this is very supportive to me. I like that. And this is the back of the deck. And this is the Magician, which is super cool. To me, this feels like healing. I'm a healer, so I really like the energy coming forth from his palms and his fingers while it's like a universe down there opening up, which is really beautiful. And then the infinity sign. And there's kind of like the infinity sign that's being created here and through him, which is very symbolic of just the abundance and just the flow of energy that we all have within us. And there's some more sacred geometry, a tattoo on his arm. And this is the High Priestess. I love the blue and green like scarf around her neck. To me, that represents like speaking with love, the throat chakra, and just that being in meditation mode. This feels very loving and very peaceful. It still kind of has like the two pillars, and then like behind her, it's like the universe right there above her head. So I love it. Oh, wow. I don't think I've ever seen the Empress card. And so here we have the Empress with the world in her belly. How beautiful is that? I'm trying to see are those? Oh, they're fish. So it's like waves almost on her back. I couldn't tell if they were angel wings, but it kind of still looks like angel wings also. Beautiful. That's so beautiful. Wow, that's very powerful. I like that card a lot. Interesting. And then we have the Emperor with the Ankh on his arm, and he's got his chess piece. I don't know if that's the Queen. I'm not a chess player, but I think that's the Queen. And it's like he's sitting on Mars almost. But what I love about this is that he is a Black man. So shout out Chris Ann for inclusivity and diversity. I'm saying that wrong. For inclusion and diversity in her deck. I think that's pretty awesome to see. So yay. Let's see what other cards we have in here. The Hierophant. This was always a card that I did not like, and until oh, I forgot I moved my decks, but in my Mermaid tarot deck, the Hierophant is writing, and that kind of like paved the way for me to like appreciate and embrace the Hierophant. But I really love this here. I love her play with the sacred geometry, with all these different sacred symbols. There's the pentagram, there's like the symbol for Christianity, there's the Om symbol. I forget what that symbol is called, but there are a lot of just sacred symbols. And I love how like there's this stairway to heaven, and with this all the different symbols behind his head, it's like it doesn't matter what path you take, whether it's Christianity, whether it's Buddhism, whether it's Islam, whatever path you take, whatever your beliefs are, it's getting you to where you need to be. You're still getting to enlightenment. So I love this. And then we've got the Lovers. If I can pull the card out. The Lovers. Then we have the Chariot. This is really interesting because most chariots you see like the driver with reins in their hands, and he is standing on top of the coach, and it looks like there's no wheel, like there are no reins, so it's just like we're holding on for the ride. So that's a really interesting take on the Chariot card. And I love the colors. Look at the skies. And that's something else in the other cards. The colors are very beautiful. Oh, look at the Strength card. So she's half woman, half lioness. And there is the little baby lamb. And what I like about this, the lion could technically eat the lamb, but it's like being in control of your power, being in control of that thirst, that hunger, and being in control of yourself. That is true inner strength here. And I think this is fantastic. Yeah. Oh, look at the Hermit. How cute is this? I love this. That just, I mean, goes without saying. I love it. And it's almost like she's floated up there. It's almost as if she, the Hermit there, is the star in the sky. You see her, she put her lantern down. What if, you know, I feel like she was walking and then just raised up into, because it's almost like she's not really sitting on the cliff. It looks like to me she's floating in the air. That can happen when you meditate. And then we've got the gorgeous wheel, which is beautiful. And she's got the dice around her neck, which is pretty cool. I like how this deck has a bit of modern, it's very modern, and I like that without being too, but it still holds to, and you know what I'm noticing here, right? Upside down, this would kind of be the Hangman, but this way it's like you're standing on top, like you've got it, you're supported, everything's coming your way. And then we've got the play of shadow and the play of light, which all make the wheel of life go round. I love it. Oh my gosh, I love this deck. The Justice card is really interesting. So here's Justice. And it's interesting because with the card upside down, it's like a completely different person. And it's like the other person is almost unrecognizable. Like when it was like this, it was very hard to kind of see, like, okay, who is the other player in Justice? So yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Then we have the Hanged Man or Woman, which aerial yoga, I'm here for it. And it's like while you're there, because too, it's like, so this year was a hangman year. And so it can be kind of painful when you cannot take action or when you just need to stay still and when things are on pause, but you can be empowered in that moment. And this to me feels like it's very empowering. Like, okay, we need to have a seat, but while I'm having this seat, I'm not gonna completely lose focus. I'm gonna focus on what's important and what I really need to focus on. What do you need? Take the whole box. Take the whole box. That's my little one. Okay, so this is super interesting. This is the Death and Rebirth. First of all, loving the red. I love the cross hatchings too that she used. And there's like, I don't know, I just love it. This is so different from any death card that I have ever seen. And I feel like what's happening here is that you can create anything out of like these elements, right? The different minerals and elements and things that are made up in the stars and the universe. And so it's like you can create anything. And also like with trees, there's that cycle of death and rebirth throughout the season where the leaves fall off and then they come back and they bloom and they blossom, and it just keeps repeating. So that's really interesting. I definitely would love to see her, see Chris-Anne explain a little bit more about the death card. I'm gonna set that one aside. I don't know, that one's like, look at me some more. So I'm gonna post it up right here. Oh, don't fall. Okay, next we have Temperance. Wow, okay, so what I find fascinating is that Temperance is a male. Most of the time, in most decks, I always see Temperance as a female. And so he's got these angel wings and that halo over his head. And there's the sun and the moon. Ooh, I love that. I love that balance of flow. And you can see the energy, the cycles, the going back and forth, the balance, the harmony. This is beautiful. So beautiful. Oh my gosh. And the devil. His eyes are green with envy. And I like down here, it's like that agony, right? And you see that little figure who is just like, oh my God, make it stop. But how easy would it be to just pull those strings off of your fingers and no longer be controlled by whatever you think is controlling you, because you can take your power back that easily. Love the devil card. Love it, love it, love it. Wait, 14, 15. So I need to turn these over. Let me put these back so that I'm not getting out of sequence. Oh, wow. Okay, so this is the Tower card, which is definitely different because it's not a physical tower. This is like what I'm seeing here. In most decks, the Tower card seems to be very like destructive and chaotic, and it's one of the cards that people are super afraid of. But this is growth. This is upheaval and transformation. And it's I love it because it's like these butterflies and these things are being materialized out of this raw energy. So it's just movement of energy when the tower falls or when a sudden shift happens. And it's a chance to rearrange molecules. It's a chance to rearrange our thoughts, our way of being. Can you tell that I'm loving this deck? Oh my God. I wish, honestly, I wish I had purchased the Kickstarter version now that I'm really looking at it. I had seen pictures of it and I liked it, but I just wasn't, I don't know. I waited too long, guys. I did, but I love it nonetheless. Okay, I see a UFO up there. The Star card, I feel like it's almost this sense of being called home. And the first thing I saw was the UFO. And I love how these cards are moving with like the colors as I'm moving them in the video. But this is like being connected, right, to our star family, to our purpose, to the pure raw energy of life, of the universe. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful card. I cannot wait to, I'm gonna have to message Chris-Anne on Instagram and be like, I love your deck, because I do. Oh my gosh. So this, and I felt like a little bit of energy rise up because I cannot swim. So anytime I see, and I had this like experience when I was younger that kind of scared me. So don't judge, but swimming is definitely on my goal list for 2020, as it has been the last couple of years. So definitely my goal is to learn how to swim. Oh no, my finger got caught. Ouch, that hurt. But this to me like really evokes the fear, and it's like going deep going deep into those emotions that we don't want to face. And while we're down there, we have that light, the light of the moon, that's helping us to see what's down below, beneath the murky waters. I love this depiction of the moon card. Love it. Love it. And this is the sun. Like, okay, how powerful is this? This is so powerful. And what I like most is that how magnetizing it is, because you see this mala, it looks like a mala bead that she has around her neck, is being pulled upwards. And it's almost like she's like being lifted off the ground into this pure, like, oh my God, these cards are moving. I love this. This might be my 2020 deck, you guys. This might be my 2020 deck, but this is the sun card, and this is so beautiful. And it's like absolute freedom, absolute joy. This is like how I felt at drum circle. If you've never been to a drum circle, oh, it's magnificent. Try it, go. Hold on, my lips and my throat need water. I don't know if this is mine or my daughter's. I'm gonna say that's hers. I don't want baby backwash. All right, so now we move into Judgment. This is also very beautiful, because what I'm seeing here is like, okay, right, in life, when we're little, we have all these dreams and all these ideas, all these amazing things that we want to do. But as we grow up, life tells us we can't do it. So in our minds, all the judgments that we have, and this is like setting yourself free. I feel like she wanted to be a ballerina or a dancer, and now she's allowing that to rise up out of her. She's allowing her to express that, free of any judgments or beliefs that she can't do that she's limited to, you know, whatever, you know, life has. Like, this is being free of the bullshit that we're fed all of our lives. Yeah, I need this deck in the Kickstarter. Oh my gosh, I should have gotten it. Okay, and this, did we get through the majors that quickly? Okay, and so this is the World card. What I'm loving is the sacred geometry and the different, like, that's the Merkaba, that is, I can't remember all of them. No, that's not the Merkaba, that is. And that looks like the seed of life in the wheel there. I see a little bit of the chakra colors going on here. I like this. Oh, okay, I'm seeing it now. So this is a snake. And there's like, it's like he's got ropes. So it's like here, it looks like a little reminder. And then down here, it's like almost like an infinity sign, but this is a snake, and he's latched on to his tail. Very interesting. Okay, I don't think I'm going to, I don't know, we'll see what happens, but I love, look at this. Fire, hello, fire starter, ignition, let's go. Like, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And it also has almost elements of a spider web, which I've seen on a couple, like my Dreams of Gaia deck. That one has a spider web on the Ace of Wands as well. And spiders also represent creativity. They represent crafting, weaving, protection, magic, mystical. I love spiders. I used to be terrified of them, but I love spiders. And this is such a peaceful face, right? It's like that passion, this spark of inspiration, that spiritual fire is burning very deeply. Like, I love this. And this is the Two of Wands. I like that one also. This is the Three of Wands. I love the tribal markings. And here we have the Four of Wands. And I'm looking at the Five of Wands. This is very interesting. It's like everybody's fighting to get to the same thing, But if they were helping each other, then they could all reach it. But it's like everybody's like trying to fight for the same thing, but not helping each other, which is kind of interesting. It's a very interesting depiction of the Five of Wands. I like it. This is the Six of Wands. This to me feels like performing for some reason. Like all the other hands in the air back there, it's like just everybody's clapping for you, being in the spotlight. This is pretty amazing. I like it. I like it. I like it. Seven of Wands. I like that. Focus. Being focused in your own zone. The Eight of Wands is beautiful. Love it. That's one of my favorite cards. I call this the Positive Forward Movement card, which is also the name of my company and was a mantra that I said to myself to help me heal and change my own life. So I always like look for the Eight of Wands in a deck, and I love this one. I love all the colors and the markings. All right, now her shirt is cute. So this is the Nine of Wands. I like this card. There's a slight marking on it, but I like this card in that it's like the path is blocked, but it's not. Like she could very easily move beyond whatever these wands are like protecting her or you know, standing in her way. And it's like she has the biggest wand, so it's like, yeah, okay, there might be all of this happening, but you've got the power. And this is the Ten of Wands. And then we've got the Page of Wands. The Knight of Wands. I'm loving the diversity in the deck. I really am. And then we've got the Queen of Wands and her candles and her cat. I love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. And then we've got the King of Wands. He cute. Okay, King. And that lion back there. Yes, yes, yes. Love that. All right. Then we are now in the Suit of Cups. So we've got the Ace of Cups. I love the little heart there, right at the heart center. The Two of Cups. I'm loving the unity, all the beautiful colors, and how we can each fill each other's cup. The Three of Cups. And then this is the Four of Cups. She is totally missing out on the magic. Wow, the Five of Cups is really interesting. I love how her mascara is kind of running. And the same thing with these bowls. It's kind of like there's this trail of darkness right here, and it's coming out of the bowls and everything. But what this means to me, like what I'm feeling from this is like releasing that negative energy down into the earth so that it can be transmuted, right? And she still has this big bowl of magic or cup of magic back here. And these look like singing bowls. I bet they are singing bowls. So this is the Six of Cups. How cute. Talk about a flashback. I love it. And this is the Seven of Cups. Really interesting card. It's a lot going on here. A lot going on in this one. And this is the Eight of Cups. Yes, this is like ritual right here. This is like, you know what? I'm letting all of this go and I am out of here. Walking towards the sunrise. I love this card. I love it. And the Nine of Cups. I don't know why I heard I'm rich, like Rick James. But this is also very beautiful. I love all the gold energy. Very beautiful. We've got the Ten of Cups here. This is interesting. So this is the Page of Cups. I would love to know like the meaning behind like how the card was positioned. It's kind of like looking where you're going in a sense. And a cute little piggy that can fly. And so this is the romantic Knight of Cups. Then we've got the Queen of Cups. The King of Cups. Who almost reminds me of the Hierophant for some reason. Oh my gosh. So this is the Ace of Swords. More sacred geometry. And wow. Endless knowledge. Endless thoughts that can occur. Wow. I really, really love this. And then we have the Two of Swords. I was examining her for tattoos because I noticed on her arm she has 3 swords tattooed there. And on her, she kind of has like the 2 swords where they're like crossing like this in a traditional tarot card on her arm. What I love about this is that she's tying herself to this broken heart. It looks like she's tried to like, you know, we're trying to stitch it back together, but it's also being pulled in different directions. And if you just cut that little cord and walk away, you won't be tied into that heartbreak anymore. And what that also represents is how, because this is in the sword suit, it's all mental. It's all mental. And that's actually something that I do teach and share with women when we are dealing with heartbreak, like getting through the emotional part of it so that we can tackle the mental part, because once we do that, that's where the healing is. And so this is the Four of Swords. And this is the Five of Swords. And then we have the Six of Swords. And this is the Seven of Swords. Oh, I love this Eight of Swords card. Look at her reflection in the mirror. Oh my goodness, I love this. Again, all goes back to our mind and our perceptions. Oh, wow. So then we have the Nine of Swords. And if you can see very faintly, there's like a headboard outline there. This looks very stressful. The Ten of Swords is really interesting as well because there's not that, you know, the typical like death and the sword sticking into something. Yeah, so we've got birds here instead of swords for the most part. New ideas, Page of Swords, learning something new. Oh, there is a sword she's crossing over on. Love it. Moving forward with that knowledge. What is he doing with this little harpoon situation? Or is that an arrow thing, a bow and arrow? But anywho, and I like the codes on his feet, the binary code. But he's rushing off to his motorcycle. Is that the dude from the Seven of Swords? Could be. And then we've got the Queen of Swords. She's got her flag there. But look what's down here. Bowl of water. Emotions. It's like she's guarding her emotions. Like you cannot drink from this cup. I love how real these people look. And here's the King of Swords with all the birds. He's got a bat, an owl. I'm guessing that's a raven, a dragonfly. I love dragonflies. And he's up there in the meadow around a mountain, which is like the perfect spot for meditation, for clarity, for peace of mind. And look at this beautiful Ace of Pentacles, which almost reminds me of a dream catcher. And look at the roots. It's like you can plant this wherever and it's going to grow. So where are you going to plant this blessing? And we've got the Two of Pentacles here. Okay, macrame, Three of Pentacles. I love that this is like crafting. Four of Pentacles, guarding her purse. She's like, I'm about to go in the city. I need to make sure that I am keeping my mind on my money and my money on me. I love it. And this is the Five of Pentacles. Okay, so right, this door looks to be very huge, but the key is right there. I love it. But she can't see it because she is so down and out. And then we've got the Six of Pentacles, a constant balance between giving and taking. Love that. Ooh, more healing work. Yes, yes, yes. Growing more beautiful riches, more beautiful pentacles, focusing on your craft. I'm here for it. Nope.
Why are we calling a video like that?
Because, okay, so this is the Eight of Pentacles, which
My mommy's little one.
yes, that's my little one. So this is the Eight of Pentacles. I love like the moon phases that appear up here. And again, more sacred geometry. She's got herbs, she's got plants, she's got her journals, and so many amazing things that she's really focused on learning. And then we have the Nine of Pentacles, more beautiful herbs and growing things. I really like the greenery and just the nature and the abundance. Very beautiful. And then we've got the Ten of Pentacles. I love the sacred geometry in the deck. It feels very fun-loving, family-centered. Then we've got the Page of Pentacles, the Knight, yes, Queen of Pentacles, beautiful. And then we have the King of Pentacles. So that is all of the 78 beautiful tarot cards in the Light Seer Tarot. I'm going to take a look inside the guidebook to see if anything stands out. So, okay, let's see what's in here. Published by Hay House, created by Chris Ann. I love it. Beautiful. So it is a healing deck that was aligned with contemporary spiritual experiences in 21st century life that includes relatable, free-spirited characters who took responsibility for their own sunshine and light. And you know what? That is exactly what I've been saying about the deck. It's like these people look real. There's definitely healing energies, healing vibes in the deck, very modern, without taking away from, kind of the traditional tarot. So I think that's very beautiful. And in my opinion, she has definitely met that goal in doing so. So there are more materials that we can go to learn about the deck. So she goes into some tarot card basics here for new readers and talks about the structure of the deck, talks about uprights and reversals, how you can connect with the cards. Does she share any spreads? Yep, so she does share a few spreads. There's the light of the day, light and shadow, light worker illumination, calling in love, the soul joy spread. I cannot wait to do these. And then she goes into the major. So I want to look at, I think it was the death card that really stood out in Death and Rebirth. So it doesn't talk about the depiction on the artwork of the card, but it does give card meanings for each of the cards and some spreads that you can use. The cards just appear like this. So you have the card, the name of the card, the light seer, the shadow seer, because of course she pulls in the light and dark of the card. And I like that aspect of it versus positive or negative. It's just light and shadow. It's all just energy. And that's one thing that really comes across in this deck is the that it's energy. There's a lot of energy in this deck. There's crystals, there's sacred geometry, there are herbs, there are animals, and of course there are people, there's spirit. There's so much packed in to this deck. I definitely am grateful to have purchased it. Would have loved to purchase it. It's in its original creation, but it's all good. I still have it, and I'm grateful to Chris Ann for creating this deck that weaves in so many things that I love, that has people in it that look like me, that is a positive, modern tarot deck. I am wowed by this deck. A lot of newer decks are very abstract, and I have nothing against that. I love abstract art, but when it comes to tarot, I really do love when I see a deck that takes the traditional and just puts a spin on it, that brings it into today's world, into today's society. So thank you so much, Chris Ann, for the Light Seers Tarot. I hope that you continue creating decks. I can't wait to see what else you create. And I'm super, super grateful to have this as part of my tarot collection. And I'm pretty sure that this is going to be my 2020 deck. So awesome. All right. Thank you so much for watching. If you would like a reading, please visit spirituallovetarot.com and you can book a reading with me. There is a lot of readings for you to choose from. We can do a 2020 yearly reading for you. I also do love readings, relationship readings, so on and so forth. So head over to spirituallovetarot.com, check it out. I would love to read for you. Peace.